All right, what's up? So I want to start this video with a quote from Eric Hoffer. In times of change, learners inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. So last week we had, Jamie Dimon, that crook from JP Morgan Chase, talking about Bitcoin being a fraud and then buying the dip. And then today on Zero Hedge just got a lot. This must be his only source of income because he has got so much marketing on his page. Bridgewater Associates founder Ray Dalio, the 68-year-old founder of the world's largest hedge fund, said Bitcoin is in a bubble during an interview on CNBC Tuesday morning, arguing that the so-called currency is too difficult to spend and too volatile to be used to be a useful store of value. So I'm gonna address these claims by Ray Dalio. First and foremost, though, I want you to understand that we are living in a new world. We are not living in the old world that Ray Dalio is living in or that he's holding on to, because that world is crumbling. The world of securities is crumbling. The only reason why Ray Dalio's Bridgewater fund is still in the billions is because the Federal Reserve, the world's central bank, is dumping billions of dollars into the stock market, keeping it afloat. If it was a real free market, I believe that the stock market would have imploded years ago. And Ray Dalio potentially would be out on the streets because he is a learned. And I don't mean any disrespect to him when I say that, but at the end of the day, if you're not, we don't live in the strongest survive. It's what is adapting, who is adapting into this new world. Those are the people who are going to thrive, not only survive, but those are the ones who are going to thrive in the new world. And cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, I'm not saying that Bitcoin is always going to be the king of the hill. There might be a technology, there might be a cryptocurrency just around the corner that might render it obsolete because it has more value to the marketplace. But the only reason why it's too volatile is because there are not we haven't hit critical mass of users. Once we hit critical mass of users and it becomes commonplace, and if you watch my video that I did, my presentation on the 3 phases of technological evolution, we're still in phase 2, and that's mass information. We haven't hit mass adoption. We're already in mass adoption of the dollar. And so that's why the dollar is so stable right now. And that's why gold is so stable. It's a stable store of value in Ray Dalio's eyes, is because it's mass adopted. And cryptocurrency has not hit mass adoption yet. We're still in phase 2, and that's mass information. And when you look at the 3 stages of truth, then we are in phase 2 or stage 2, and that's violent opposition. And we're seeing violent opposition by these old dinosaurs. And so Ray Dalio, 68 years old. So Ray Dalio comes from a totally different age of reality. We live in a digital virtual world. We do not live in the world that Ray Dalio came up in. We don't live in the world where he made his billions. That world is being washed away by a whole new world. And that new digital virtual world is going to create, and it already has created, its own monetary system. And cryptocurrency is the form of money of that digital age. And if you really look at the fundamentals of money, okay, I have them right here. One, it's a medium of exchange. Number 2, it's a unit of account. Oh, actually, here's the difference between currency and money. So currency, a medium of exchange, it's a unit of account, it's portable, it's durable, it's divisible, and it's fungible. Okay? Whereas money is also a medium of exchange, it's also a unit of account, it's also portable, durable, divisible, fungible, but money, real money, is a store of value over long periods of time. Now, it takes time in order for real money to be so. It has money, gold has to prove itself over long periods of time. Okay, the dollar has only been around for 104 years. The dollar as we know it, let's see, I have some dollars in my pocket right now. Okay, this thing right here, it really hasn't done that good of a job of proving itself over a long period of time as a store of wealth, as a store of value. This is not money. This is currency. This is trash. This is a terrible store of value. Okay, over the past 104 years, since 1913, okay, it has lost 98% of its purchasing power. So the billions of dollars that make up Bridgewater hedge fund, okay, is overinflated because it takes more dollars today to buy the same house as it took less dollars to buy 20 years ago. So it's not the value of the house, the intrinsic value of the house going up. It's the intrinsic value of the dollar going down. So it takes more of those dollars to buy the house. Okay, now, so that goes to show that this is not money. This is currency. Okay, it is a medium of exchange. It is a unit of account. It is portable. It is durable, unless you rip it. It is divisible, and it is fungible. Now, let's look up that word because a lot of people don't understand what the word fungible means. Okay, fungible. Okay, fungible. Money is fungible. Money that is raised for purpose can be used for another. Goods contract, there's a better definition to be able to replace or be replaced by another identical item, mutably interchangeable. So fungible simply means mutable, mutually interchangeable. Okay. So there's a great video. In fact, I'm going to pull it up here. I'm going to put a link to it where Mike Maloney really goes over the difference between currency and money. Hidden Secrets of Money, episode 1, right here. So if you click on this link, I'll put a link in the description in the video, but it's portable, durable, divisible, fungible. So meaning it's interchangeable. Okay. So a dollar is that, but a dollar is a terrible store of value. And the only way that something can be considered a good store of value is if it stands the test of time. Gold has certainly done that. Now, in this day and age, gold is very manipulated. Precious metals are very manipulated. So that's kind of questionable whether or not gold and precious metals really is a good store of value in this present time and space. Whereas cryptocurrency is a very good store of value so far. Okay, it's gone up in value. It's very volatile, so it's a trader's dream. Okay, the crypto space is a trader's absolute dream because a trader loves volatility. And as we hit critical mass, where more and more people are using and adopting to this new technology, just like the internet, just like any technology, it takes a certain amount of time before it's adopted and used by the masses. Okay, once we come online and we hit that phase 3, and and cryptocurrencies are adopted and used by the masses, then the value will level off. Okay, there's going to be a huge transfer of wealth, and Mike Maloney talks about this a lot in his content. Is I'm telling you, this is going to happen. Smart people are going to be cashing out their 401ks. You know, the holders in Bridgewater, they're going to cash out and they're going to go into cryptocurrency because it is going to be a much stronger, much more secure asset to be in than anything that is tied to dollars. Dollars are going to go to its intrinsic value, which is zero, because it's not rare. There's no scarcity. Where scarcity is built into the mathematical equation of Bitcoin. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins ever created, and then it's done. The cycle is complete. Whereas every day, the Federal Reserve is printing out more and more and more and more dollars. Period. So there's no real scarcity. There's no real value to dollars. So I'm telling you, this has happened countless times throughout history. Smart people are going to take their money out of the old and into the new. So it's going to happen. So what I feel is Ray Dalio, okay, Warren Buffett, that old dinosaur, okay, these people I give them credit. They've done really well for themselves up until this point, but they are still stuck in this old paradigm. And they're running on Windows 98. In fact, they're running on Windows 95. They're old. They don't understand. In fact, I would like to, if you have any information on this, I would like to know the main demographic, the age of the majority of people investing in cryptocurrencies. And I would bet, I'd be fair to say that it's my generation. I'm 35 years old. So it's probably from probably 18 to 45. That's the demographic that's investing, that they really see the long-term potential. They see the long-term vision in cryptocurrency. Okay, anybody that's in their 60s and 70s and 80s, they're dinosaurs. And if you're in that age, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm talking to the person next to you if you're upset. But you're running, the majority of those people are stuck in an old paradigm. They're stuck in that old America. Oh my gosh, land of the free, home of the brave. We cannot be destructive. We cannot be destroyed. You know, pride before the fall. That's all I've got to say. Pride comes before the fall. Okay, cryptocurrencies are here to stay. And if you aren't going to invest in them, I'm here to tell you, one day you're going to wake up and it's all going to change. It's all going to change. And the learners, the people who are adopting to the new technology, the people who adopted to the internet, the people who are adopting to cryptocurrency, those are the people who are going to thrive in the new world, in the new economy. Okay, the people who are holding on to the old, people like Ray Dalio, people like Jamie Dimon, people like Warren Buffett, these old dinosaurs that are holding on to the old paradigm, they're going to lose everything. I got an itch in my eye. Period. Overnight. But the writing is on the wall. So this is their only, the only reason why they're hating is because they don't understand and they're unwilling to adopt. They're unwilling to adapt and adopt this new technology into their life. Period. And you got Warren Buffett's best friend, Bill Gates, saying that it's very potential. The potential of one Bitcoin going to $1 million is a certain potentiality. It's certainly potential. So remember, if you haven't watched my video yet, my presentation that I did last week on the 3 stages of technological evolution, be sure to watch that. Because right now, we just this year, 2017, we just started phase 2. Phase 2 is mass information. Okay, the stage 2 of all truths by, I can't remember his name, Schopenhauer. Okay, let's look at that up. Three stages of truth. okay, by right here, Arthur Schopenhauer. All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it's ridiculed. You'll remember from 2009 to the end of 2016, all you saw on CNBC, Fox News, MSNBC, all you saw on the news was ridicule. People made fun of it. It's a phase. Oh, only criminals use it. Only rapers use it. Human traffickers, drug dealers. Okay. Secondly, it's violently opposed. You've got governments like China banning it. Try as they might, it's not going to work. And third, it is accepted as being self-evident. We just started phase 2, and all 3 phases correlate. Phase 2 just started this year. Phase 3, I'm telling you, the end of phase 2, the beginning of phase 3 is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth humanity has ever seen. It's going to be nuts. So if you're in right now, good for you. Keep stacking those coins. Keep stacking those coins because it is going to change your life. But right now you have to understand that in this phase 2, we are going to be violently opposed by the dinosaurs that are running the show. Okay, the Ray Dalios, the Warren Buffetts, the Donald Trumps, okay? All the people who are running the show today, they do not want to let go of the old system. But no matter how hard you try, you cannot stop nature. You cannot stop God. You cannot stop the universe, whatever you want to call it. Evolution is going to happen. And for all the people there's evolution, creation, look at your phone. This is the perfect example of evolution. In order for there to be an iPhone 7 or an iPhone X like they just released, there had to be an iPhone 1. That's evolution. You cannot stop it. No matter how hard governments try to regulate it, presidents try to control it, it is not going to be controlled. It is a revolution. This is a war, guys. And I don't mean war with guns. This is going to be a non-violent war that's done behind computer screens. Okay? In other news, okay, market's pretty dang flat right now. We've had a pretty good recovery so far, but man, it's been tough to break and to hold above that 4,000, even to break the $4,100 mark for Bitcoin. Same goes with Ethereum, trying to break and hold that $300 support mark. Bam. Just right down the line, Bitcoin Cash, we see that they keep hitting that upper resistance. 4,000, 4,100 for Bitcoin, 300 for Ethereum, 500 for Bitcoin Cash, 20 cents for Ripple, 60 cents for Litecoin. I mean, boom, we're just hitting that upper resistance. Okay, there's a lot of fear still going on with China, going on with the powers that be trying to regulate it. It's understandable. But what I see is that that's phenomenal buying opportunity. To take the cash, take whatever cash you have. Cash is trash. Remember that. Cash is trash. Take that cash and convert it into crypto. And going back to my second point with homeboy Ray Dalio, difficult to spend. I live predominantly on crypto. I carry cash. Like I got this, look at this. I carry so much cash. I got to use a butterfly clip. Okay. So, I mean, you got to have cash. Cash is king, I believe. But the new king is crypto. And I use my crypto debit card. It's easy to spend. It's just as easy as any other debit card. So Ray Dalio obviously doesn't have a Shift card. Ray Dalio obviously isn't really experimenting with this new technology. So don't let the ignorance of others affect you, your perception. Hold true to the vision that this is going to change the world. Right now in the markets are flat because of fear. But I'm here to tell you there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And what I keep seeing, let me see where it was. Let's see, right here. In the wake of China ICO ban, Japan and Singapore and the US give crypto a second look. I'm here to tell you, I've heard it from a few different sources that China makes up 30% of the investment capital going into cryptocurrency. So this ban, yeah, it's a blow. The empires are striking back, but it's not going to change. You're going to have other countries like Singapore, like Japan. Oh my God. One of the worst economies since the early 90s. Terrible economy. Talk about hyperinflation. Take a look at Japan. But economies like Japan are opening their arms, opening just wide open to this opportunity, because you're going to see just so much wealth flooding into these countries that are going to accept ICOs, are going to allow these exchanges. They're going to adopt, and Japan's already doing that. Earlier this year, making it that Bitcoin it mass adopted, used as legal tender. It's going to be obvious. Some of the world's leading economies are taking a fresh peek into how the cryptocurrency market should be regulated in their respective regions. Rather than banning ICOs outright like China, these countries' monetary authorities and regulators are looking to how to control but not completely stifle the growth in digital currencies. The headache for many agencies, though, is to figure out what would be the correct way of doing this. Due to the alternative nature of crypto coins, many regulators struggle to class it under the same policies as traditional investment assets. Japan is set to introduce more rigorous oversight on cryptocurrency exchanges in October this year, but regulators are still coming up with ways to do this efficiently without killing the growth of the industry. Japan's Financial Services Agency, the FSA, is looking into how to handle ICOs to reduce money laundering and fraud. This includes establishing specific accounting rules on how to treat cryptocurrency transactions. Meanwhile, MAS, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, said in a memo in August that it intends to regulate the sale of cryptocurrencies if it relates to products under their securities regulation. Their main concern is the potential for money laundering and terrorist financing through the ICO process. I mean, sounds to me like they're just shooting in the dark. So let's think about this. Again, we're looking at the old system trying to control and regulate the new system. Whereas I believe that this is a whole new jurisdiction. And that being said, it is going to create its own governance. And that's why these central governing agencies like Japan, Singapore, China, United States, Europe, Russia, they're having a problem because they don't and they shouldn't have any jurisdiction over this ecosystem. The internet, the digital virtual world, should not be governed by these agencies. The IRS, the SEC, the MAS, the FSA, they should not have any jurisdiction over these ecosystems. That's my belief. We live in a digital virtual world, and our values, the people like myself, Dan Larimer, Vitalik a little bit, he's more on the centralized side, but we believe in decentralization. We believe in liberty. We believe in freedom, total freedom for all. If someone wants to buy drugs and do drugs in their own house, they should be able to do that. Now, there should be fine lines when you're when you are trespassing on someone else's rights, whether murder, rape, killing, human trafficking, anything like that, you're actually taking away from someone else. But if you want to sit in your own house and do drugs, if you want to watch pornography, it's not my place to judge over anybody else. And so that's exactly what the internet has done. That's exactly what cryptocurrency are doing, is they're giving us more freedom and liberty. And these agencies that are, again, part of that old paradigm are trying to control, trying to manipulate, trying to regulate so that they can steal from us. Because the only reason they want to regulate and control cryptocurrency is to tax. They want to steal, they want to extort, they want to tax from you. And it's impossible with cryptocurrency. I certainly believe in donating, and I'm going to do a study on this. If you were to ask 100 people how many people would voluntarily pay the amount of taxes that they pay, I can guarantee that the majority of those people would say, I wouldn't. I would not have 35% or more of my money stolen from me to pad the pockets of these politicians that really don't have the people's best interests in mind. All they care about are their own pockets. Now, certainly, I believe in like a use tax. If we want to build roads or we need to do something, then yeah, if you're going to use the roads, then you should pay for the roads that you use. But all these arbitrary laws and taxes and regulations, all their purpose is to pad the pockets, to pad the coffers of the politicians. So they're going to continue to run into these roadblocks because this is a totally separate world from the world that they are used to controlling and manipulating. So again, just hold strong. Just stay focused on the long-term vision, because I'm here to tell you, 10 years from now, everything is going to be radically different than what it is today. Radically different. And a lot of people's positions are going to change. The Warren Buffetts, the Ray Dalios, the Donald Trumps, the Hillary Clintons, the Bernie Sanders, all these people who are holding on to an old paradigm, their paradigm is going to get shooken up because there's a whole new world emerging, and that old one is being laid to rest. That's the natural progression of the universe. Creation and disintegration. The old system is obsolete. The new system is emerging. So keep on keeping on. I personally believe that the market is pretty dang flat right now. We're stuck sideways because there's still some fear, still some question marks on what's going to happen with these government agencies stepping in, because they're already seeing the reason why the market cap, the total market cap of cryptocurrencies is growing by billions of dollars. In fact, over $100 billion this year, is because the wealth is already starting to transfer into it. The wealth is already flowing into this new space, and they do not like it. So they're using the tools at their disposal that they're used to using to control and manipulate, to try to control and manipulate this new ecosystem. And it's not going to work. So keep investing, keep holding on for dear life. I'll see you later.